Herzlich willkommen beim Hurricane Festival 2006 und damit bei der Feier des 10-jährigen Bestehens des größten und angesagtesten Musikevents im Norden von Deutschland.
Welcome to the Hurricane Festival. It's Albert Hammond Jr. from The Strokes. You guys have fun too. Not you guys, but them, yeah.
Das diesjährige Festival, eine musikalische Fluchtmöglichkeit, um dem Sommer-WM-Fieber zu entkommen? Jedenfalls bereicherte das Hurricane Festival 2006 den internationalen Wettbewerbsgedanken mit einer eindrucksvollen Palette von Stars aus Deutschland, Schweden, Finnland, Island, England und Amerika. Erleben Sie in den nächsten 2 Stunden mit uns die Live-Atmosphäre auf und hinter der Bühne, genießen Sie vollen Backstage-Zugang und begleiten Sie die vielen Helfer, die dieses Mammutereignis in Gang bringen.
Welcome to the Hurricane Festival. Enjoy. The band formed in high school. John, me and Ben were in a separate band and Ian was in a way better band, and there was a talent show and both of our bands played, and then things happened, and you know we ended
our
up...
band sucked that we were
Yeah. So we
were awful.
We got Ian to be our guitar player, and that's it. We've been playing together ever since.
Same 4 guys for 13 years.
She's never game. The only problem is that the only comes down once a weekend. I'm a strip club. We're breaking up the city. No time I wasted away. So tell me what should we say? What was the narrative?
Billy Talent is taken from a film called Hardcore Logo, and it was originally a book adapted into a film, and it's about this fictional punk band that reunites to go across Canada for one last tour, and the guitar player's name in that fictional band was Billy Talent.
We'll take all the fame. The front page and the fame. We'll take all the fame. The front page and the fame. What did the river below? 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 Already coming and found out. Yellow, no money. Don't take commentary. Yellow, no money. Don't take commentary.
Das ist das Hurricane Festival. Das hat, glaube ich, einen sehr guten Ruf. Jedenfalls bei mir.
It's a big one. I like it. It's more grassier than the other one. There's a lot of clay deposits in the earth, you know, which is exciting for everybody.
You know, the people we've worked with here have always said, oh yeah, you've got to do it, it's a great festival.
So I've actually done this festival for many years, so, you know, it's kind of like an old favourite, you know. I think the lineup is always excellent.
So we were on tour once and I saw the poster for it and I was like, God, why aren't we playing that?
This is probably like a cornfield or something already before all these human beings decided to come together and make something entertaining happen. Sure, I guess we're all in it together, right?
Wir verarschen die Leute nicht, sondern
Wir lachen gemeinsam mit den Menschen, habe ich manchmal so das Gefühl. Also über die anderen Bands. Über die anderen Bands, genau.
Manchmal lernt man halt welche kennen. Ich habe jetzt neulich von Billy Talent den mit der lustigen Frisur kennengelernt und plötzlich hat man sich über Toronto und Kanada ausgetauscht. Und das sind natürlich dann die Sahnehäppchen, die man dann so mitnimmt.
We're Canadian, man. We talk to anybody.
It's a come as you are type of atmosphere here. You know what I mean? Like so.
Yeah, I like the atmosphere here. Walking around today, you know, some of the other bands here. So we're just saying hello to some of them.
Toll finde ich auch, dass man vom Publikum spielt, wo man genau weiß, die sind nicht nur wegen Fettes Brot da.
Also mir bringt das halt Spaß, wenn ich weiß, dass hier heute auch Within Temptations und Seed-Fans sind und die sich dann halt vielleicht meine Schrottband angucken müssen. Das kitzelt mich halt so ein bisschen zu sagen so, na, da wollen wir doch mal gucken, ob dir Tomte wirklich nicht gefällt.
At festivals, there's always, I usually clock one or two in the front who are, they're there to see one specific band, so they're not going to listen to you. And my intent is to get through to them. And there were a couple, and I got through to one of them.
Ich finde es gerade immer sehr schön, auf Festivals zu spielen, die nicht unbedingt unsere Musiksparte hauptsächlich bedienen. Also gerade Rock-Festivals oder Alternative-Festivals, Leute, die sagen so, nee, Seed ist nicht mein Ding. Und die dann zu überzeugen.
Also man muss halt Lust auf Bier und Lust auf Knutschen haben. Dann ist man, glaube ich, und dann noch den Schlammfaktor dazu addieren. Wenn man auf das alles Bock hat, dann ist man, glaube ich, beim Festival an der richtigen Stelle.
Realized our hearts were struck with fear.
some of my most memorable experiences have been in summer festivals in and around Europe. They're just a great energy. I mean, it's like it's like nothing else. Even if you yourself are playing larger venues or in front of lots of people, when it's your own gig, it's different. There's just a certain thing, the mixture of all the different people who are on the bills, hanging out, and I've kind of grown up in and around summer festivals.
To steal my kisses from you. Oh, and I always have to steal my kisses from you.
Well, my new album's called Both Sides of the Gun, and I'm just excited to have it out in the world. Songs like Burn One Down and Ground On Down went really well because there's a level of familiarity to them. But I also thought songs like the album title track, Both Sides of the Gun, as well as Better Way and Engraved Invitation, I thought rolled out comfortable for me. I mean, I enjoyed the whole set tonight.
Reality sharp me like a knife. Everyone I know is in the fight of their lives. They never get away. Take your face out of your head.
Auch beim Hurricane war man vorbereitet. Leinwände auf den Zeltplätzen, Bildschirme im Backstage-Bereich und die meisten Bands überschlugen sich förmlich beim Versuch, ihre Auftritte dem WM-Plan anzupassen. Sind Fußball- und Musikfestivals wirklich eine gute Paarung?
Coming to Germany at this time is perfect, I think. I don't think it's spoiled the time. I don't think it's spoiled it at all. I think it'll be like even better than just sat at home every 4 years watching it. So this time we're back, because we're in Berlin tomorrow in Germany playing, aren't they? So that'll be a good atmosphere.
Sitting in the field watching a football game with 10,000 people is great.
My dad's British, so I like England. My mom's from Argentina, so I have a weird problem with them, but I still kind of root for them.
Es ist extrem ärgerlich für die Band, die heute um 17 Uhr auf der Bühne steht, ja. Also das ist schon doof. Also wenn dann Deutschland spielt, dann steht man auf der Bühne.
So we're going to be on stage while Germany are playing Sweden in like the first knockout stages. So who knows if anyone will be checking us out.
Last night at Southside Festival, we said to the audience that Sweden is going to win.
So a lot of German flags and fingers went up in the air when Björn said that.
How can you not pull for Ghana right now? You know what I mean? They're playing incredible ball.
If Germany wins, it's going to be bad for us, and if Sweden wins, it's going to be really bad for us, because we're going to have like 60,000 people all wanting to kill us on stage, and after us, Hyped is coming on, and then it's Shout Out Loud. It's just going to be a Swedish orgy of music.
We played like 20 minutes after Germany won, so like we had a huge crowd and everyone was in a great mood, you know? So it was really cool.
Als wir es gesagt haben, das ist jetzt unser letzter Song und wir hören jetzt gleich auf und wir können dann alle Fußball gucken, waren die Leute enttäuscht, glaube ich. Das war wie so, wie heißt das? Coitus interruptus, hatte ich das Gefühl. Also die Leute waren noch nicht zufrieden.
Music and football, it just, you know, I always think of really bad records that are made in the name of football.
I'm not too worried about it. It's a party atmosphere. I've had friends who've gone out to Germany just to go and sit in the sort of the fan zones. They haven't had any tickets, and they've come back saying that their whole perception of Germany has changed totally, and they loved it, and they said they just had the best time, you know, and if everyone's got that sort of atmosphere, that feeling, then hopefully it will spread.
Die Gewissensfrage des Sommers. Für welche Band würde man das Spiel der eigenen Lieblingsmannschaft sausen lassen?
It would have to be someone like Sinatra. It would have to be like The Clash or maybe Elvis. I think, you know, that would have to be sort of because everyone else you can see in about, you know, the World Cup comes around once every 4 years. Everyone else you can probably see. Manu Chao.
The Beatles.
If John Lennon was alive and 22 years old, perfect.
I might miss him for the Black Keys. I don't know, it's hard to decide.
I would probably miss it for Cat Power.
Fugazi or Bob Dylan.
Or Bob Dylan in his prime. You're just not interested in the football.
Ach, für ein Oasis-Konzert würde ich das Deutschlandspiel sausen lassen.
Das ist nahezu unmöglich. Aber wenn Bob Marley und Elvis...
Ja, genau.
Curtis Mayfield. Bei Curtis Mayfield, den würde ich mir anschauen, auf jeden Fall.
Ich würde auf jeden Fall nicht Fußball gucken, wenn ich auf dem Festival wäre.
Music wins hands down to football, even though I love football. So just about anybody could be on stage and I'd watch them before the football, to be honest.
I think music's a much better way of feeling good than trying to watch a football match, because somebody's got to lose.
Listen up, we only play the game we want. We're the ones to say how it will be done. No time to waste and no reason to wait. You always give me updates, you're my number one. We pull up and say up here we are strong. This is our way and that's who we belong. Feel it day by day till those days are gone. We all gotta play but we all gain some. Raise the price out and smoke it like dope. The ideas make me smile, ideas give me hope. If my soul with your eyes, love is bigger than the hope. Every day I realize I feel for you, this ain't no joke.
Seed aus Berlin bewies mit einer triumphalen Show, dass man nicht nur nachts Raketen zünden kann. Sie brachten das Hurricane-Publikum zu einem ersten anhaltenden Höhepunkt.
Ich glaube, zu denken, das war's schon und dann immer wieder noch einen drauf zu kriegen. Man fängt so an und denkt, Alter, was geht denn da noch? Und es geht immer, also der multiple Orgasmus sozusagen, durch Seed.
Heute bin ich ziemlich gut drauf, zieh mich schick an, setz einen Hut auf, die Rolex tickt, Mann, seh ich gut aus, hol mir den Kick, den ich absitze. Wieder mein Solo-Ausritt in dem Pose-Outfit, mach mich nett, mach mich fett, Bauch schön Pose, die Bräute mit Pose-Ausschnitt.
Die meisten Musiker würden eine Band mit 11 ständigen Mitgliedern als einen logistischen und finanziellen Albtraum betrachten, aber die breite Aufstellung der Gruppe Seed spielt eine wichtige Rolle, sowohl für ihre Identität als auch für ihren Erfolg.
Wir sind 11 Leute, alle haben Power, alle haben irgendwie ihre Energie. Und wenn man es schafft, das auf einen Punkt zu bringen und das rauszugeben als Seed, so, dann ist es sehr geil. Und das hat sehr viel mit Monitor-Sound zu tun, das hat mit Emotionen, wie du dich fühlst, wie sich alles... Und es gibt manchmal diese Momente, wo alles zusammenläuft.
Wir sind blau, wir sind spitz, zu Hause sitzt, die Frau bekitzt, im Augenblick bekämpfe ich den Wunsch, der wieder sehen kann in meinen Augen.
Und das schaffst du als Individuum eben nicht, alleine schaffst du das nicht so. Aber mit 11 Mann, da kannst du sehr, sehr viel Energie erzeugen. Und wenn das hinhaut und dieser Funke überspringt so und du dann noch siehst, das in irgendeiner Person, die da steht und gerade einfach nur da, und dann denkst du, ja, das ist genau, das sind die Momente, die das dann, also das kannst du mit Geld eben nicht bezahlen.
When we found out we were doing this festival, we personally tried to be on the same day as Mano Chao and Seed, and we missed them. They're on different days than us, but Mano Chao and Seed are definitely the two bands that we are looking forward to.
Mano Chao.
Mano Chao zum Beispiel.
Definitely Mano Chao.
Manu Chao. So bummed.
¿Qué pasa por la calle? ¿Qué pasa por la calle? Y luego, ¿qué pasa por la calle? ¿Qué pasa por la calle? ¡Peligro! Cuidado en el mar, cuidado por la sed, cuidado donde sea, que te andan buscando. Cuidado en el monte, cuidado la frontera, cuidado a Burgos, que van controlando, peligrosos caballos, peligrosos caballos. Sube la zona.
Eine der heißesten Bands 2006, The Raconteurs, das amerikanische Garagenmusikkollektiv um Jack White und Brandon Benson, die ihr erstes Album endlich live präsentieren konnten.
You know, this stage of the game, we're touring, we're playing these songs live now, and I'm excited about that, just doing these songs live. I mean, it's been under wraps kind of for a long time. We haven't really played. So now it's blast.
Den diversen Mitgliedern der Raconteurs scheint es seltsamerweise nichts auszumachen, auf die künstlerische Freiheit von Soloartisten zu verzichten.
I'm a solo artist on the side, and this is a chance to play with my favorite musicians of all time, really. You know, in a band that's just, I think, capable of anything, really. I'm sick of myself. I want to hear from someone else, you know. And Jack and I write the songs together, which is really nice. It's really fun, and really stimulating way to do to write music with other people involved. It's great.
If the sun should follow us into your room, then courage will be right for me. I'll tell you the truth. The sun's the only thing that's shining on you. That's shining on you. But what's really mine? It's not shining anymore.
Jack White hat uns netterweise über das Top-Thema des nächsten Jahres informiert.
Mostly death. Yeah, a lot of death. Oh, death is going to be huge this year. They predict that as many people are going to die as are being born, so it's going to even out. Everyone has a 100% chance of death and a 30% chance of rain.
Eine der Neuerungen auf dem Festivalgelände, eine dritte Bühne, die sogenannte Red Stage im Zelt. Mehr Bands als je zuvor rockten das Hurricane 2006. Trotz einer Auftrittszeit, die haargenau mit der Deutschland-Schweden-Fußballbegegnung kollidierte, präsentierte die neue australische Retro-Rock-Gruppe Wolfmother eine Show, die den Temperaturen in dem vollbesetzten Zelt in nichts nachstand.
We'd go to see a lot of shows in our hometown, and some shows were really inspiring, and some made us think, why the hell aren't we up on stage doing that instead of these people who are just kind of looking at their shoes? And it makes you want to get up there and put all your energy and your passion into what you're doing, and that's what we try to do every time we go up on stage. We just try to put our best into it and put all our energy into it.
One thing that I guess I was aware of with making music was to make something that was like that could be understood immediately, something that you didn't have to think about too much, something that you didn't have to know about a certain kind of culture or previous kind of thing to understand, to get something that was just very immediate and easy to relate to.
When you see where you might not know, you get the feeling coming after the glow. The will to be still, moving slow. And I'll tell you all the story about the joker and the thief in the night. All the people that you see in the night, all the dreams up into the light. The vagabond is searching for sight, and we are not going home. Can you see the joker flying over? And she's standing in the field over, watching out every day. What would happen if you took her away? Hallo Hauke, ich liebe dich! Let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and the moon up above and a thing called love. Yeah!
A few weeks ago we released the compilation Amplified, the decade of reinventing the cello, because it came exactly 10 years from the release of the first Apocalyptic album, so we wanted to have some celebrate for that, so we made, it's like double CD, there's one CD with 15 instrumental tracks. Made a new vocal track, Repressed, with Max Cavalera. Started to play cello when we were really small kids, so we had classical education and we were working as a freelancers, playing in the main symphony orchestras of Finland and doing a lot of concerts as a soloist and chamber music and all this stuff, and it was just a hobby kind of thing to play heavy metal, and accidentally we are still doing it. In the first place it was just, we were having fun with friends, having fun together, and we were big fans of heavy metal, so we just wanted to play it for fun. And it was like that for 3 years. There was no plan for any forming a band. It was like lineup of changing every time we performed for friends in small parties. When we played a show in the rock club, and then one guy from small label asked us to make an album, and we thought we'd do it for experiment, and never thought that it would go further. band what is Apocalyptica today and what was Apocalyptica 10 years ago, it's completely two different bands. With the first albums we were just more like cello players playing heavy metal, but nowadays we are much more like a rock band. With the drummer Mikko, everything changed very much. Like we are really rock band. We just play strange instruments.
Der behagliche Backstage-Bereich des Hurricane Festivals ist bei den Künstlern enorm beliebt. Ein Treffpunkt, der Musik, Massagen und eine permanent geöffnete Bar bietet. Ein Ort, um bei Caipirinhas und Tischfußball Gerüchte in die Welt zu setzen oder neue Freundschaften zu schließen.
I think it's cool, like having the way the festival's all set up with the bands next to each other and everything.
This is some of the best catering I have ever had in any festival.
The food is amazing. A lot of festivals that you get one ticket for one meal and they're really rude. But here you can go in and eat as much as you want, drink as much as you want. Everyone here in Southside and Hurricane is extremely nice. And they have laundry and massage and it's like heaven.
Kein noch so bizarrer Luxus zu viel für die Stars von heute.
I really like Nutella now. It's like I see bread as like a vessel for Nutella now. And that's the next thing that's going in my rider.
Es gibt wenig Einhelligkeit darüber, was man zu einem Festival unbedingt mitbringen sollte.
Sunscreen. They're not allowed to bring anything, are they? These days?
You gotta leave it all at the gate.
Good attitude, I think, the best thing you can bring to a festival is whatever happens, and I'm just going to ride the wave and enjoy myself. I think it's very important to have just okay, everything's broken, nothing works, we'll just do what we do. Because festivals are really kind of spontaneous events.
I don't know. Guitar, yeah. Sunscreen. Water, sunscreen, yeah.
Loads of toilet roll. Surely it's got to be the key when you come to a festival.
Whatever floats your boat, dude.
A boat.
Bring a boat.
You've got to bring a very broad sense of what you do to the people at the back.
Carry on. It's going to bring it down to earth. I thought you were going to say clean underwear. Broad range of clean underwear.
That is important. I couldn't perform without clean underwear.
Wet wipes. You can have a full body wash with a wet wipe in the morning. So that's an essential thing to take to us.
Carelessness, maybe?
It's kind of a disposable tissue that's moist. And you can clean yourself with it. That's what a wet wipe is.
A pair of shoes that you don't mind getting dirty.
They're usually used for babies to clean them up after an incident. But, they're branching out these days so you can use them for almost anything.
Water and sunblock.
Condoms. No glove, no love.
Ourselves. Good mood.
You don't want to bring home something that you can't get rid of,
Uh-oh. Sit. Good dog. Stay. Bad dog. Woo! Down. Roll over. Well, here's a good man and a pretty young girl.
The album's called Super Extra Gravity. I think we recorded it pretty much thinking of performing it live, actually, and I think it works really well, those songs live.
Well, it's been a long and slow collision. I'm a pit bull, you're a dog. Baby, you're found in clear conditions. You're handsome in the fall. So I need some fine wine. It's you need to be nicer. For the good times and the bad times that we're here.
our first single from the album, which is called "I Need Some Fine Wine and You Need to Be Nicer." That's really great live, I think.
I go off on the radio thing, break your heart and raise a glass of tin to the good times that we share and the bad times that we'll have, to the good times and the bad times that we've had. Well, it's been a long, slow collision. I'm a pit bull, you're a dog. Baby, you're found in clear conditions, with your hands sunk in the fog. So I need some fine wine. You need to be nicer. For the good times and the bad times, we know will come. Yeah, I need some fine wine, and you need to be nicer.
I just wish I had like an igloo that I could live in here. No, I can't believe they put up this tent and this is where everybody has to be, and it's fucking boiling. That's a bad thing about a festival.
I'm losing my favorite game. You're losing your mind again. I'll try, but you're still the same. I'm losing my baby. You're losing a savior in a sense.
Hurricane! Thanks for baking in the sun for us. Have a great rest of the day. Good night.
Was bist du denn für einer hier? Oh, ZDF. Großes Kino.
Yeah, I'd like to make the album that, you know, when someone comes home from a club, they put our record on.
Seen you darling, seen you hanging round town, when the shops go shining as a deep brown.
Hard to Beat started off as a house tune, you know, and then we kind of punked it up a little bit, and we've always been into remixes, you know. A lot of the time we'll, our roots are in soul music and reggae, just as much as they are in, rock. But I think a lot, all British bands have always done that, all the great ones anyway. They've always been open to different influences and fed off them. It's a love song, but it's one you can dance to, and hopefully Germany will be hard to beat. See what I did there? Hey? That was bad.
My credits in the red. I try to skip the fire to King Spectre's lair. No, this can't be right. I live an honest life. Seems that sometimes you cross the line, you don't care. Can't stand it. I scratch your living and easy, you know it's sidetracked. I'm always playing, never making, but you can't look back. wonder if I ever get to where I want to be. But I believe that,
And we were just sitting listening to great music, whatever the genre, whether it be reggae, jazz, hip-hop, soul, rock, punk, whatever, listening to that music and making records that we wanted to make that said something about our lives. And all of a sudden all these people out there go, hang on a minute, that's my life as well. And they come down and they turn up to gigs. We were sitting there talking about our lives and our friends' lives. And we were just ordinary blokes from a small town, small satellite town outside London. A town called Staines isn't just about Staines, it's about Slough, it's about, you know, somewhere outside New York, it's about somewhere outside, you know, Berlin, somewhere outside Cologne or whatever, you know, where that little town is just far enough out from a city that it's hard to get to and from late at night. There's nothing going on there but the mainstream. If you're into anything different, you feel a bit sort of like excluded, you know, and it's boring really, and you have to fight to make things happen.
working by the cash machine. Cash machine. Cash machine. Cash machine.
We made this happen. We got out there without a major record deal. It's a tiny record label. We made a video ourselves. We recorded the album ourselves. You know, and we mastered it ourselves. We mixed it. We got it out there. And we made all this happen. You can do that as well. If you're in a band, you know, get out there, make it happen. And that album's like now gone and done. You know, sold 1 million copies around the world. Nominated for Brit Awards, Mercury Awards in the UK. You know, it's just like, you know, we're really, really proud of that achievement.
I've been working a week, I'm tired. I've been working a week and I'm sleeping hard weekends. Got some money I just can't pay. Got some money and I can't wait. 6 o'clock out of here. That tonight is a night of the life's got my name on. Run down the street, I did dash on my feet. I'm on fire. Working all the time, working such a lie. Got some money to spend, live by the weekend. When it gets too much, I live by the rush. Got some money to spend, live by the weekend.
Living for the weekend is about, you know, that feeling of, you know, you've been working all week, you know, you've been working hard for someone else who makes all the money and you don't. And it's that feeling, you get to the weekend, it's like almost you get your life back, you know, and you just get out all the stress and frustration and all that that's been going on, you know, you get out there and you see your friends and like, sometimes it's like nothing else.
What you want, what you got so pressure, pressure, pushing you down on me. Living by the weekend, 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 I'm living by the weekend. I get.
We are 3 members of Maximo Park. The other 2 are away. This is Duncan. This is Paul.
Lucas.
Just knock me down.
Beim Auftritt von Maximo Park wurde der Einfluss der Post-Punk-Bewegung auf die gegenwärtige britische Indie-Rock-Szene und Bands wie die Kaiser Chiefs und Franz Ferdinand deutlich. Ein Umstand, der die ursprünglichen Protagonisten dieser Bewegung, die schon vor 20 Jahren als obskur galten, verblüfft hätte.
I think the post-punk thing is people are just bored of guitars and what they've been doing for a while, and it's more the thought process than anything else. You know, these bands are referenced so much because they did push things a little further. Obviously, you end up with a lot of sound-alike bands. Unfortunately, that's the downside. You know, people don't look at what these bands stood for. They'll just pick a sound, pick a look. And yeah, it's quite frustrating sometimes because, you know, I do love that era of music as much as I love, I don't know, folk rock, you know, from the 60s and 70s, but I think our music does have that raw quality that we're looking for, the edge that people see in post-punk music, but we're big fans of classic song structures and stuff, so I think we kind of differ quite a lot from our peers. A song like Signal and Sign, which is the first one on the record, it has some very positive messages in it, and again, it's make up your own mind about it. You know, it's about sort of feeling particularly frustrated from a personal point of view, and it could be something to do with somebody you're in a relationship with. But then there's a line that says, "Don't waste your life, just go outside." You know, and talks about new directions and new dawns, and if things are framed in the correct way, I think, you know, like with an artistry about them or a poetry to the words, you know, then people will react to them. The overriding feeling in our music becomes this sort of passion for life. You know, a lot of the songs maybe talk about, I don't know, they are sort of angst-ridden songs, you know, the things that we all get worried about, the tiny little things in life, and the things that we have a passion for.
When you grew up, I hadn't noticed how your accent had changed. You tell me, did these lonely hands rub your time to time? And when was the signal divorced from the signs to time? Illumination and accusation.
No, it's again a very broad term, so that the listener can actually feel this, that it relates to their life. And I think that's, you know, if you close things off too much and it becomes, you know, this is my opinion, it just becomes, right, that's you then. But I want it to be about everybody. I want it to be, you know, that's the sort of thing when you're writing a song, it's trying to, you know, get that personal and universal aspect, but find the correct balance. Apply some pressure as a case in point. What happens when you lose everything? You just start again. What happens when you lose pressure? It's applying. I mean, it's a very broad thing. You know, it could be about the most personal thing, and you know, people have responded to the songs and written us letters about, you know, for anything from death to a new job. Well, the fact that we actually make this music is a very positive thing, and you know, if it didn't add something to the world, I'd feel pretty ashamed of myself. You know, I'd go and do something else. When you just start again, you know that I would love to see you next year. I hope that I'm still alive next year. You know that I would love to see you in that dress. I hope that I would love to see you undressed.
Strokes.
The Strokes.
The Strokes I'd love to see as well.
Everybody sees me in that evening, standing in the light field, waiting for some action, Now why won't you come over here? Why won't you come over here? We got a city to love. Why won't you come over here? We got a city to love.
I guess it was just exciting to be in the studio with the new producer, a new studio, which was our own studio, which we got the equipment for, and just have the time to sit and record, you know? 'Cause our past two records were made in a month, and this one was made in 10 months. Written, recorded, and mixed, and mastered in 10 months. It's not that bad.
Because you're cold, you're so cold, you're so cold, you're so cold. Oh no, you're cold, you're so cold, you're so cold, you're so
Juice Box goes over well, and so does You Only Live Once and Vision of Division.
Why do I accept the thing you say? You know what to change, but not in what way? How long must I wait? 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 How long must I wait?
Well, definitely, you know, I had to get better at the guitar to be able to do some of the things I did on this record. So it was like, I mean, all of us got better, I think, at what we do. You know, long way to go, though. You know, it's still not over.
Some people think they're always right, and they're so quiet and tough. Others they seem so very nice. Some of them feel sad and wrong. Oh no, 29 different attributes, only 7 that you like. 20 ways in the world, 20 ways to start a fight. Don't get up. I can see the sunshine. Fire, baby. Sit me down. Shut me up. I'll calm down. I'll get along with you.
We're gonna do the Hollywood Bowl with Tom Petty. It's exciting. Everything seems pretty, you know, pretty groovy.
Alles andere als groovy, der Kampf des Sängers Julian Casablancas mit einer ferngesteuerten Kamera.
Last night she said, oh baby, I don't feel so down. Oh, they tell me out when I feel left out. slow down. Only time to yell when I feel left out. So I turn around, but they're gonna be okay. I know this for sure. I'm walking out that door. If my fucking cable would let me.
She's On, the really fast one at the beginning, that seems to send people crazy. They like that one. Yeah, there's a few that people seem to be really responding to, which is great, you know, because that's not everybody knows the song, so some are hearing it for the first time and they're getting off on it. Purple is going around brilliantly, which is the next single. It's called Fake Chemical State. It's a very abrasive, loud, dirty indie rock album. It's quite sexual, quite, you know, it's a bit of a happier, hopeful kind of a dirty party vibe as well going on there. As well as like a couple of like melodic songs, a couple of sad songs, because it's nice to kind of go up and down. It's really exciting. I mean, it's getting a really amazing reaction around Europe, so people are running out and buying it and coming to see me play, and so all the gigs have been sold out. So it's quite for me, it's the first album I've done which is completely me, you know, completely skin sound, completely something that I've developed from the beginning all the way to the mastering.
My eyes say it, quick free, nothing's my chemistry, the whole 9 yards I see shining through the hair, just let the sun shine on your face, only the darkness flies away, you take it easy, you walk on your own.
Hunderte Bühnenhelfer, Roadies und Techniker werden gebraucht, um eine Veranstaltung in der Größe des Hurricane Festivals sicher und erfolgreich über die Bühne zu bringen. Ein bekannter Whisky-Hersteller veranstaltete in diesem Jahr einen außergewöhnlichen Wettbewerb. Die beiden Gewinner durften sich 3 Tage lang als Roadies beim Hurricane verausgaben. Sie hatten höllischen Spaß. Aber was halten eigentlich die Profis von ihren Grünschnabel-Kollegen?
Der erste Schritt normalerweise auf der Baustelle ist für den ersten Tag, der Praktikant muss den Kuh anblasen. Das ist Pflicht. Weil wir sitzen hier alle ohne Frau, können nur gucken. Und eine kleine Pussy sagt, tut doch gut.
He climbed the kingdom come. He's up to see the sun. Get a roadie, get a roadie, get a roadie song.
So who's that girl? I wonder what went wrong to her. She had to roam the streets. She doesn't do major credit cards. I doubt she does receipts. It's all not quite legitimate. And what a scummy man. Just give him half the chance. I bet he'll rob you if he can. Can see it in his eyes, yeah, that he's got a driving ban among some other offences.
Meine Helden sind zurzeit die Arctic Monkeys, wo plötzlich ein 18-Jähriger die das sagt, was jedes englische Kind zwischen 15 und 27 denkt. Und wenn der Ford Mondeo singt, dann versteht das jeder Mensch in England. Und das finde ich super. Das ist einfach eine große künstlerische Leistung, gepaart mit atemberaubender, vielleicht nicht neuer Musik, aber einfach Musik, wo man also quasi den Schweiß im Proberaum riechen kann. Das finde ich fantastisch.
Staring at the ground, she makes a subtle proposition. I'm sorry, love, I'll have to turn you down. Oh, we must be up to summer. One out of chance to show it's more than likely. Got a feeling in my stomach. It's not to wonder what his story might be, what his story might be. The ladies steady checking when the sun goes down. The ladies steady checking when the sun goes down. The ladies steady checking when the sun goes down. Around here.
Von keiner Band beim Hurricane wurde so viel erwartet wie von den Arctic Monkeys. Eine globale Mediensensation. Die Arctic Monkeys dürfen sich rühmen, wahre Erneuerer der Musikvermarktung zu sein.
When we first started out, before the album or anything, I don't know whether we knew what marketing was as such, and because it was just us doing everything on our own. We basically used to just hand out CDs at our shows, and then gradually more and more people shared them on the internet, and here we are. We didn't have a website then, and we didn't really know what we were doing, so we used to just burn them onto CD and give them away, like 20 per show or something. Then this guy put all our demos, like 16 tracks, on his website for people to download whenever. It weren't really doing any damage. We never expected to make any money off as demos. It's not like that was the start of a big campaign. That was just kind of all we wanted people to hear as songs, and it made the shows better as well because people knew the words and more people would turn up because they'd heard about us. So it sounds like a big scheme, but we didn't know what we were doing. We were like 17, 18 years old, so it just kind of pretty lucky, really, right place at the right time.
The only reason that you came is what you're scared for. Well, don't you always do the same? It's like an effort, don't get on the last my stranger glance, pretending to dance.
The album is called Whatever People Say and That's What I'm Not. And like when we first released it, it became in England it became the fastest debut selling album ever in Britain, which was pretty special. From the first 2 days it was the fastest selling rock album, and then gradually it overtook every British album. We can't deny that the internet helped us, because it has. I think all it did was help it speed it up and get it bigger faster. It's when the single went #1, the first one in England, the next day all the newspapers was like internet success, Arctic Monkeys, and we were in The Economist magazine and stuff, as if we were business geniuses, as if we had a big plot. But it's like I said, it's nothing to do with that really. But so I mean, it's kind of some people do get wrong end of the stick, as if it's the internet did it for us. And it's a lot of bands put their songs on the internet, but you've still got to have good songs. All we ever sing about or write about is what we've done, so every single song that we've got on our album's got a story behind it, an actual story, whether it's going out one night and meeting a girl or whatever. It's not just one style of music, like the drums might be playing more of a groove thing and then the guitars play more of a rock thing, or the way around. It's we kind of just try and mix it all up a bit. But I think you can dance to it. That'd be a nice thing to say about it.
I don't want to hear your fairy tales of San Francisco echo through the air. There's a few poor faces in a black hole wishing they weren't there. As the microphone squeaks, the young girl's telephone rings. Yeah, she's dashing for the exit. Oh, she's running for the streets outside. Are you saving me? She screams down the line. The blind will fucking wank and I'm not having a nice time. I don't want to hear. Kick me out, kick me out. I don't want to hear, kick me out, kick me out. But said it's amazing though, so all that's left is the proof that love's not only blind but deaf.
Beim diesjährigen Festival konnten die Fans viele ihrer Helden hautnah zu Gesicht bekommen. Hier die schwedische Gitarrenband Mando Diao. Der Einfluss der britischen Kultur in Schweden bewirkte bei Mando Diao eine Oasis-ähnliche Arroganz, als sie behaupteten, ihr erstes Album sei besser als jegliche Werke der Beatles, Kings, Stones oder The Who. Eine absichtlich provokante Bemerkung, die der Band seither anhaftet.
Well, these dinosaurs bands, sometimes they almost get too much respect, like they're untouchable gods, but in one way they're just like us. You know, we're bringing, they took blues and rock and roll and those tradition and changed them a bit and made that into something new, and we take what they made and something new to that. What we meant was that we liked our album more than we liked any Rolling Stone and Kings album. I wouldn't say Beatles, I wouldn't go that far. But at the time, maybe. We thought, maybe we liked, we thought that this is really good. Oh, this can really compare to the big guys. And also we were 19 years old and just wanted to piss people off, and that was a very good way to handle it.
We are so punk rock. Oh,
think she said, oh, don't leave just so I won't be today. Yeah.
It's easy to like us because it's very simple and clear melodies. And then when we played in live, we always try to keep as much intense and energy as possible in these songs, but if you strip them down, it's basically just melodies.
Oh, brother, can you help me out? Brother, can you help me out? Oh, brother, can you help me out? Temptation, I'm beautiful. You ain't happy, don't you? By my bedroom door. You had to reach and I'm gonna get away.
We have a song called Killer Kaczynski we're gonna play, and we have a song called Welcome Home Luke Robitaille. So it's all about people we met.
Your mother told you to on Christmas Day. Because you what they say. Now you're thinking of how people like no one did you harm, and it was so unstupid for that to billion, but what matters? You remember the day, you remember the package where you used to spend your years, and now you found him. But what's it found you? It feels like you already knew. The life is sweet, but it's back, so I just said, welcome home. Look, Robitaille, there's so much that you missed, I know. But I mean you as much as yesterday.
We met loads of characters we've been on tours and stuff like that, and met really strange people, people that call themselves terrorists and hookers and homeless people and loads of weird people.
In Sweden,
we start our work so late in the night always, you know. We start playing at 12 and then like we go out on bars and stuff at like 3 or 4, and you meet loads of weird people.
It's the wolf hour, which is just when it's the twilight zone between day and night, you know. And it feels like that's the only time we have when we're free. After the show, and you stay and you go out from 2 to 6, you know, in the morning. And the album is about people we met those hours, which is not normal people, but very interesting folks. And also our lives, what we do. Because at that time, it's no police, it's no rules, it's a different world, you know.
It's a free state.
Free state, yeah.
Jessica Simpson, you got it all wrong. Your fraudulent smile, the way that you faked it the day that you died. Tomorrow gets closer, a purple bulldozer is calling you on the phone. Your love life precedes you, your son-in-law feeds you injections of cortisone. Jessica Simpson, you got it all wrong. Your fraudulent smile.
Der verrückte New Yorker Folksänger Adam Green nahm das Publikum mit seinen charmanten Popdarbietungen und seiner wunderlichen Extravaganz für sich ein. Entgegen einiger Gerüchte im Publikum war er nicht betrunken.
Winds of change.
I'm really sick of the formalist approach to records. I did a lot of formal records, like 15 songs, 2 minutes. Production was really clean. So I'm doing other things now. You know, I feel like I've done my time in that kind of jail.
Leave me alone. I'm in control. Gonna have a bad time rocking at the Hollywood Bowl.
A Hollywood Bowl on my new album always goes over really well. Sometimes, you know, I was thinking about writing a song for a festival because I know what people like. You know, they love it when it's just like a strong melody beat. You know, like sort of like a throwback to the old-fashioned beat groups of the '60s. You know. People really like that.
Melanie asked me for permission to eat ball. I made it full. Next time we're cool, but I cannot go back to that town. They make fun of me too much, and I cannot go back to that town. Like my father said before he died, oh, I'm breaking down. Leave me alone. Nobody home. You family brown blue medical wedding guy. That must you say, cry baby cry. But I cannot go back to Shanghai.
There were certain ideas that I communicate on this record that I had when I was 8 years old, 7 years old, but I thought it would be too strange to attempt to do them. For whatever reason, like when you're a kid, your own fantasies seem like they're like dirty, and the older I get, I start to try to like expand on my own fantasies I had when I was younger, try to make them real, and then they don't really seem so ugly to me.
Heart and soul, baby, there is no goal. Turn the lights on bright. You're a rock and roll star. Feel my love coming from the heavens above. My eyes meet your eyes. You know it's true. Baby, come dance with me. Baby, come dance with me on TV at the TV station. So baby, come dance with me. Baby, come dance with me on TV at the TV station. So baby, come dance with me. Baby, come dance with me. I'll see it at the TV station. So baby, come dance with me. Baby, come dance with me. I'll see it at the TV station. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Achtung, eine Durchsage. Wir suchen Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley, bitte hierher kommen, danke.
Your own personal Jesus, someone to hear your prayers, someone who cares.
Der Musiker als Messias des modernen Zeitalters.
You get a big buzz from it all and you feel like you can do anything, but we might be the most important thing in the world to somebody and then irrelevant to somebody else, so you can't really say it.
In the global age of communications, we know a lot more about artists, and we know a lot more about, you know, there isn't that mysticism that surrounds artists anymore. You are no better or no worse than the people who are in front of you.
I don't think any of us think we're the second coming of Jesus.
That thought would never strike me at all, I guess, you know. We've done it by now quite a lot of times, and nobody still is particularly worshipping us. I don't really believe that it does make you Messiah. Nobody gives me all their money or gives me random massages anyway.
Someone can just unplug your amp and you're all done. I mean, you can't do that to God, I don't think.
Feeling unknown and you're all alone, flesh and bone by the telephone. Lift up the receiver, I'll make you a believer.
Definitely times sometimes I've gone off my head with it all, you know. It's kind of like, it's natural to anybody to be a bit like, wow, I'm so fucking wonderful.
As soon as I feel a little bit of that, I usually fuck up and it brings me down to nothing.
Man darf es nicht persönlich nehmen, man ist deswegen eben nicht der neue Messias, man ist deswegen auch nicht schlauer als andere, man macht nur eine Musik, die ihnen sehr gut gefällt.
Well, who do they really love? Is that really you that they love? Do they really know you? They don't. So, sort yourself out and sit down and shut up.
Rock and roll is like the perfect medium to amplify the worst aspects of anyone's personality.
Reach out and touch faith. Reach out and touch faith.
I still wouldn't mistake power and or influence for a messiah complex.
I'm not on a power trip, so when I'm standing on stage, I don't sort of think I've got you all in the palm of my hand. That's a very rock star thing to think, and that's where a lot of people get their kicks from. But it's about connection.
Throughout history, that people have looked to music for guidance and connection, and I have my whole life. I wasn't religious. I was into music.
It is this sort of replacement almost for people's worship.
Ich würde schon sagen, dass zumindest Pop- und Rockmusik zurzeit die große lebenverändernde Kunst ist.
I will deliver, you know I'm a forgiver. Reach out and touch faith.
Bands sind dafür da, ihre Musik zu spielen, das ist es. Und alles andere ist Quatsch.
People want something in their lives. They want something, that they can't. To be totally empty, I think is, it's quite a scary thought. But for me, musicians, they can't. They can only reflect what's going on. It's down to those people in the crowd to make things different, to make changes.
Natürlich ist Marilyn Manson nicht dafür verantwortlich, dass Leute in der Schule erschossen werden, nur weil sie Marilyn Manson vorher gehört haben. Aber wenn, ich sag mal so, vielleicht ist es auch relativ arrogant, wenn ein junger Mensch eine Frage hat, dann nehme ich die Frage ernst und nehme das auch als Teil meines Berufs wahr, und ich versuche ihm auch eine Antwort zu geben auf meinen Platten oder im persönlichen Gespräch nach dem Konzert. Ich empfinde das als ganz natürlich, dass der Künstler sich darum zu kümmern hat, um die 10 großen Fragen, die jeder Mensch in seinem Leben hat. Wo komme ich her, wo gehe ich hin, was ist der Sinn, was ist Liebe, gibt es sowas wie Gott, was mache ich überhaupt auf dieser ganzen Welt?
Reach out and touch faith.
I hate the idea of being a role model. I'd shoot them all down.
I don't feel like I have any answers or for anything political or personally for people.
I don't want to be like, oh, follow me and do everything I do, because those people, man, they're sick, because they like every move they make. Before they make it, they've already thought about how it's going to reverberate around the world, And I think they're really insincere and really quite abusive in the way that they use youth culture's attitudes and try to manipulate things. And at the end of the day, those are the kind of people that really just want to make loads and loads and loads and loads of money.
I just want to hear a good song. I just want to be entertained. I don't care about the revolution. I think most people these days don't care either.
Und ich möchte das nächste Lied gerne dem Rechtsanwalt und Steuerprüfer und Anwalt, mein Macker Bernd Marx, widmen, der mich beim Hamburger Finanzamt so dermaßen rausgehauen hat, dass dieser Song einfach für ihn sein muss. Bernd Marx, danke, dass ich nicht im Knast bin!
Mein Mund, wenn wir zusammengehen, da vorne könnte etwas passieren. Wir bleiben stehen, ich ziehe deine an diesem High. Die meisten Menschen vor, du trägst immer alleine rein. Das nur wieder an mir.
Wir haben in den Niederungen der deutschen Punkszene angefangen, haben nie einen großen Plattenvertrag gehabt, haben uns irgendwie nie verbogen oder nie irgendwas Doofes gemacht, und plötzlich spielt man auf dem Hurricane Festival um 10:30 Uhr abends. Da muss man sich selber ins Gesicht schlagen, um das zu begreifen.
Eine Stunde an der Luft, eine Jagd auf den Geruch der Luft verspielt.
will das auch gar nicht vorwegnehmen. Ich finde das halt immer super, wenn so ein Publikum, wenn die entscheiden heute Abend, dass wir gesteinigt werden, dann sollen die das machen, weil ich finde, dass Rockmusik eine demokratische Sache ist. So, ich finde das gut, wenn die Leute ihre eigene Meinung behalten. Unser letztes Album heißt Buchstaben über der Stadt und ist im Januar 2006 rausgekommen. Und ich glaube, das Besondere oder was halt selten vorkommt, ist, dass ich das Bedürfnis verspürt habe, frei und offen und vielleicht auch aggressiv über das Glück singen wollte, was mir widerfahren ist. Mich halt unsterblich verliebt und ich wollte halt nicht so eine langweilige Liebesliedplatte machen, wir gehen zusammen den Feldweg runter, ein Schmetterling sieht aus wie du, sondern ich wollte halt darüber singen oder musste mir das auch selber heransingen, wie das ist, wenn man plötzlich einen Menschen trifft und der all die Knoten, die man in seinem Leben hatte, plötzlich löst. So, und das war halt ein großer Einschnitt in meinem Leben. Ich weiß nicht, wie andere Leute das machen, aber ich habe da halt eine Platte drüber gemacht. Und es wird ja immer gesagt, wenn Künstler glücklich werden, werden die Platten scheiße. Ich glaube, das haben wir ungefähr hinbekommen, dass das nicht so ist. Und deswegen sind da halt so Sätze drauf wie ein Kuss auf die Stirn, danke für die Stunden, man fühlt sich, als habe man die Liebe erfunden. So, das ist, glaube ich, das ist halt eine glückliche Platte. Das ist schon eine Tomte-Platte. Also wer Tomte kennt, hört auch, dass es eine Tomte-Platte ist. Wir spielen ganz häufig jetzt mit 3 Gitarren. Wir sind quasi die Molly Hatchet des deutschen Indie-Rocks.
Ich bin bereit, gib mir Korn und Schrei. Ich bin bereit, gib mir Korn und Schrei. Das ist dein Licht, am Ende des Tunnels. Am Ende des Tunnels. Am Ende des Tunnels. Komm zu.
Ich weiß, dass die USA ein latentes Problem mit ihrer Außenpolitik haben und dass sie vielleicht auch nicht den smartesten Präsidenten haben, aber mich nervt es total, dass irgendwie Tausende von Bands das benutzen, um sich politisch zu profilieren vor ihrem Publikum und wirklich generalisierende Aussagen über die amerikanische Kultur, das amerikanische Volk zu machen und dann das auch gerne als deutsche Band vom deutschen Publikum machen, wo ja der Gehalt quasi gegen Null tendiert stark. Und da sollten die Leute dann vielleicht mal lieber über die eigene Politik im eigenen Land denken und gerade als Deutscher finde ich, dass man bei so Themen immer sehr, sehr sensibel sein sollte.
Yes.
Erstaunlicherweise sorgen kalifornische Punkbands immer für einfallsreiche Impulse beim Hurricane Festival. 2005 waren das Flogging Molly und ihre irisch angehauchte Punk-Variante. Und 2006 sind es die Mad Caddies mit einer verrückten Punk-Dixieland-Fusion.
A long time ago when we first started, we realized that there's a lot of bands that always sound the same. So we kind of tried consciously to think of something, some kind of element to bring to punk rock that wasn't just like ska or, you know, like hardcore, you know, just try to do something different. And we're all, a lot of the guys are fans of like old jazz from like the 20s and 30s, like Louis Armstrong and Fletcher Henderson and old Dixieland and traditional jazz. So we thought it would be cool, since we had horns anyway, to kind of combine punk rock with more of like a traditional jazz kind of sound.
Drinking in a bar town. Monkeys, what are them monkeys? Rock you right above your feet onto the ground. Now take Russia, behind the money insane. Now find solace, not getting you right outside of breath.
We still play all different kinds of music, but I think the core of our sound, the reason why people like us the most is as far as originality and what we do, is because of the Dixieland punk rock.
I think our sound is kind of diversified further, which is already confusing, because I think we try to bring a lot of outside elements and influences into our sound. Some sort of Eastern European stuff creeping in there occasionally. Just listen to a lot more different kind of styles, a lot getting back to basics, sort of like folk music and whatnot. But I mean, I don't think it still sounds like Mad Caddies.
Dude, you got your ass uno on that guy's head. Dos, uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Fucking wasted. Get good, control, rearrange the faces. Find a naked threat to start to run abuser. Get good, control, just a fucking loser. Find a naked threat, you're fucking wasted. Get good, control, rearrange the faces. Find a naked threat, start to run abuser. You're gonna go to the fucking show, just a fucking loser. Like I said,
moin moin, wir sind die Band Fettes Brot, ich bin König Boris.
Ich bin Björn Beton. Ich bin Dr. Renz.
Moin moin, was geht? Alles klar bei dir? Wie spät? Gleich 9. Okay, immer eben los, Frühstück und gehen. Schalt den Walkman an, zieh die Haustür an, lauf die Straße entlang, bis zum Kaufmannsladen. Der gibt die allerbesten Brötchen weit und breit, kann am Tresen kurz mal lesen, was die Zeitung schreibt. Irgendwas von dem Großangriff von zählige Bomben auf Kleinstadt, viele Menschen ums Leben, kann man die Mehrpunkt gleich gemacht, in Ordnung. Ich seh auf Angst in den Bäcker, hören auf die Nachrichtensprecher, lagen für den Marder-Mardisch Versprecher.
Nur wenige Künstler des diesjährigen Hurricanes waren so stolz auf ihr neues Material wie die Hamburger Rapstars Fettes Brot.
Wir haben uns getraut, bestimmte Dinge zu schreiben, ohne das Hintertürchen Humor, die ganz direkt und einfach das aussagen, was sie sollen. Also, da gibt es keine zweite Ebene, sondern es ist eine ganz einfache und direkte Art und Weise. Wir haben auch diesmal einen Song gemacht, Soll das alles sein? Das ist, glaube ich, so das Paradebeispiel dafür, wo wir auch aus der Sicht einer alleinerziehenden Mutter und deren Problematik beschrieben haben. Ich meine, dazu gehört zumindest für uns als Band halt auch einen gewissen Mut, irgendwie sich das zuzutrauen. Das können wir, das wollen wir jetzt so machen, dass wir das versuchen, irgendwie mal aus der Perspektive eines anderen Menschen ihr Leben so zu beschreiben. Und das haben wir vorher nicht gemacht.
Sie will, dass es läuft für ihn. Sie will, dass er mal Chancen hat, denn sie hat echt die Jobs so satt aus dem scheiß Annoncenblatt. Entschuldige, dass ich so selten Abend nicht helfen kann bei deinen Hausaufgaben. Ich schaffe es auch wieder nicht zum Elternabend und du weißt ja auch, wie wenig Geld wir haben. Ich hoffe, du weißt, wenn ich könnte, dann würde ich gerne mehr Zeit mit dir verbringen. Aber mehr ist im Moment leider nicht drin. Immer wenn die Nacht anbricht, immer wenn sie macht, da die Party sind. Soll das alles sein? Soll das alles sein? Immer wenn der Tag anbricht, immer wenn sie macht, da die Party sind. Soll das alles sein?
Wir können ernsthafte Momente haben und die Leute finden es nicht störend oder wundersam und genauso erwartet man von uns eine gute Party und das zu Recht. Und also ich glaube irgendwie, ich finde das ein sehr angenehmes Gefühl, dass weder das eine noch das andere irgendjemand so überrascht, dass er uns das gar nicht zugetraut hätte, sondern dass wir einfach für eine breit gefächerte Themenvielfalt mittlerweile stehen und da können wir natürlich jederzeit wieder aus den Vollen schöpfen.
Du hast dein Leben lang gelernt, nicht so laut zu sein, dich anzureihen, um nicht aufzufallen. Nun ist es an der Zeit, sich mal aufzubäumen, draufzuhauen und die Scheiße endlich rauszuschreien. Also mal Platz, werde aus dem Weg, Mann. Wir reißen das Maul auf, bevor wir überlegt haben. Ich springe mit dem nackten Arsch ins Gesicht, gesagt, ich sag, das bin ich. Kann nur ich euch wieder jammern, dass das kein Verhalten mehr. Und so sauber, wir können eure Ratschläge behalten.
Die erstmalige Begleitung durch eine Liveband steigerte ihre Vorstellung um eine weitere Stufe.
Das sind die verschiedensten Sachen. Das ist natürlich von amerikanischen Hip-Hop-Geschichten bis hin zu deutschen Liedermachern. Ist wirklich alles dabei.
Und englische Gitarrenbands.
Und englische Gitarrenbands, genau. Und
polnische Chöre.
Und das stimmt. Und das ist, glaube ich, auch etwas, was uns immer ausgemacht hat, dass wir so die Grenzen ein bisschen weiter gepusht haben.
Wir hören eine Musik, die uns anfixt, die wir geil finden und versuchen irgendwie das in unseren eigenen Worten und Gesangsstilen wiederzugeben oder einfach das mit einfließen zu lassen. Und oft sind es dann Mischungen aus 5 verschiedenen Superhits und daraus machen wir wieder einen neuen und am Schluss weiß keiner mehr, wo es eigentlich geklaut war.
Einer der außergewöhnlichsten Auftritte dieses Jahres? Die isländischen Kultstars Sigur Rós. Ihre erstaunlichen musikalischen Windungen und Lichtshows waren das einzige wirkliche Prog-Rock-Element an diesem Wochenende. Ein Nachmitternachtshäppchen für verlassene Pink Floyd-Fans.
I guess the only plan that we have is create the music that we like and that we want to play. We're not creating something for other people. We're creating it for us, and I don't know. Maybe it's our music is quite open for interpretation. I guess lyric-wise, that it's all in Icelandic. Most people don't understand it, and I don't know. I think people just sort of put something of themselves into our music. That's what I like about it.
Into the studio and with no songs, and we just started writing and recording, and it's just we get together and someone starts playing and if we like it we remember it, if we don't we forget it.
It's just sort of a reflection of what we're feeling like at the moment when we wrote the music. We just play what fits, It's not as if we're really good fusion jazz musicians or something, We just do something simple most of the time, but and I don't know. I think it took about 2 weeks or something to write the record, I think, and then 2 years to finish it.
Idea who we are and are hearing us for the first time. That's just good.
Ich komme, sag du freust dich, mich zu sehen. Ich will nicht hören, dass du bereust, was einmal war und schon gar nicht, was du bist. Ich bin der Fischmuck für die Tränen und der alte Hund, der für dich beißt und bellt. Deine Füße stehen, ist der Mittelpunkt der Welt.
Ich finde es gut, dass man mit nach 20 Jahren so einer Band noch ein Album rausbringen kann, das dann so abgeht. Dass man selber jedenfalls das Gefühl hat, dass einem noch mal eine ganze Menge guter Songs eingefallen sind. Ja, ich spiele gern und wir spielen die alle sehr gern. Wir spielen auch die meisten hier auf dem Festival, die meisten von diesen neuen Songs, weil wir sie einfach so gern spielen. Vielleicht auch, weil wir sie einfach von allen am wenigsten oft bisher gespielt haben. Das kommt ja auch dazu. ist das anders. Hier sind vielleicht sehr viele Leute, die das noch nie gehört haben, die es nicht kennen. Und das ist ja eigentlich auch ein guter Effekt dabei. Man erreicht plötzlich auch Leute, die sonst vielleicht gar nicht dazu kommen, das zu hören, weil unsere Musik ja in der Regel auch nicht im Radio gespielt wird und so. Das heißt, das ist eine gute Möglichkeit, dass Leute das mal hören. Die meisten kennen ja die Band vom Namen her und so schon mal von gehört, aber eben die Musik vielleicht noch nicht gehört. Insofern wäre es ganz falsch, da eine bestimmte Reaktion zu erwarten. Man spielt seine Songs und hofft, dass es den Leuten gefällt. Die sollen da glücklicher rausgehen, als sie reingekommen sind.
Ich bin jetzt immer da, wo du nicht bist. Und das ist immer Delmenhorst. Es ist schön, wenn's nicht mehr wehtut. Und wo zu sein, wo du nie warst. Hinter Hochding ist ein Graben. Der ist weder breit noch tief. Und dann kommt gleich Getränke auf Mann. Sag Bescheid, wenn du mich liebst. Ich hab jetzt Sachen an, die du nicht magst. Und die sind immer grün und blau. Aber ich wirklich Sport betreibe, interessiert hier keine Sau. Hinter Hochding ist ein Graben, der in die Ocht sich ergießt. Und dann kommt gleich Getränke auf Mann. Sag Bescheid, wenn du mich liebst.
Security hat uns gebeten, nach Hause zu fahren, bevor es ganz schlimm wird.
Wer?
Die Security. Weil es soll hageln und Windstärke 12 geben, deshalb... Genau, und die haben manchen gesagt, dass es besser wäre, wenn man aufreißen würde.
Kann man nichts machen.
Mit dem aufziehenden Unwetter wurde der Auftritt von Gnarls Barkley unvermittelt zum ausklingenden Akt. Dank des Regenschutzes, den das Zelt zunächst bot, konnten sie, soweit es die Natur erlaubte, eine wahrlich elektrisch geladene Show abziehen.
We just come from the stage, from the Hurricane Festival stage, and where we got cut short a little bit by the weather.
Due to an actual hurricane.
Yeah.
Okay. I just got an emergency announcement. There's a storm coming, so we want to be able to give you our full set, to give you our best. So can we do something special for you tonight? Just in case the rain stops the show. Is that cool?
We got about 6 songs off.
Yeah.
Right, I think it was about 6. We had to move Crazy up, so we know people came to hear that song for sure. It was about to be our best show up to this point, and unfortunately got cut short because of the weather. So we're definitely going to come back to Germany. I mean, it was definitely a good introduction to playing in Germany.
But chances are we'll be back pretty soon. So that's the silver lining.
Sturmwarnung, dann hat man dort noch eine Stunde zum Handeln. Also sind wir hochgegangen, haben alles vorbereitet
Leute haben darauf gewartet. Und nun ist es passiert, alle Mann hoch, noch 2 Riemchen gelöst, Plan raus und jetzt sollte das Ding dem größten Sturm standhalten.
Die Ankunft eines Sturmes mit fast biblischen Ausmaßen bewirkte, dass der Auftritt von Muse aus Sicherheitsgründen abgeblasen werden musste. Aber Gnarls Barkley setzte einen bejubelten Schlusspunkt für das Hurricane Festival 2006 und die Veranstalter hatten die sich zuspitzenden dramatischen Ereignisse perfekt im Griff. Während die Musiker hinter die Bühne in Sicherheit und zu einer ganznächtlichen Party flüchteten, machten sich 50.000 Fans im nächtlichen Dunkel auf den Heimweg, um den Fluten zu entgehen. Trotz des ungeplanten Ausgangs bestätigte sich Hurricane wieder einmal als das zentrale Ereignis für Independent-Musik schlechthin. Wir sehen uns im nächsten Jahr wieder bei einem Hurricane Festival, das seinem Namen alle Ehre macht.
Nacht und es war stürmisch, dunkel, ich war allein. Erst haben wir alle getanzt, uns gefreut und dann wurde es mal nasser und kälter. Und irgendwann machte es dann keinen Spaß mehr. Dann war ich ganz alleine und ich hatte keine Klamotten mehr an. Was ist los? Aufgehandelt.